Terence?
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, Blake Islam, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody?
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying in the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Bozy Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating.
Terence "Bud" Crawford shocked the boxing world one more time. Following the biggest win of his life when he beat Canelo Alvarez and became the first boxer ever to hold all the belts in 3 weight classes, Crawford showed up for a live interview and finally spoke the words fans have been waiting for.
That was just the skill difference was too wide.
You know, I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time.
Right.
So 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
Right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford credit, man. To keep in mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight that.
It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he can do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He says he is ready to fight Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Yes, that is the fighter many people try to avoid in boxing. One of the most dangerous young champions in the sport right now. And now the man many already call the best is setting up a fight with Boots next. This match could mark a shift in power. It could be a fight between different generations. Or it could be the moment Crawford proves beyond any doubt that no one can beat him. Let us go through everything. Terence Crawford did not just beat Canelo Alvarez, he turned the boxing world upside down. Before the fight, most people had their doubts. Could a fighter known for success at 135, 140, and 147 really stand up to a natural 168-pound force like Canelo?
Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
But Crawford did more than just stay in the fight. He took charge. Over 12 rounds, he outboxed, outthought, and outworked Canelo to win a clear and convincing decision.
He was too fast, his feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he's definitely one of the greatest of all time.
It looks like you just typed the letter V. Could you please share the next part of the original transcript so I can continue rewriting it for you?
Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
After that fight, the question was no longer about whether he was great. The real question became, is he the best ever? And with that level of greatness, there is always a target on your back.
Me is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fight.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis has been chasing Crawford for years. He is undefeated with 34 wins and 30 knockouts. He is a fighter so avoided at welterweight that others openly said they did not want the fight. Boots is fast, strong, and dangerous inside the ring. And at only 27 years old, he is right in the middle of his best years.
Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment. And I think Ennis is a lot more...
Fans have long wondered what would happen if Crawford, the smart tactician, stood across from Boots, the hungry young force. Now it is no longer a dream fight talked about online. Crawford himself has said he is willing to step in and turn this matchup into a real event.
I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he's not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not...
Live interview after the Canelo fight, Crawford did not dodge the question. When asked about Boots, he said he was open to the fight. That moment sent shockwaves through boxing. The reason is simple, because Crawford did not have to do this. He could retire right now with a perfect 42-0 record and leave the sport as a legend. Instead, he is talking about facing Boots, the one fighter most others are not even willing to mention.
I got a couple fights left. I'm at the end. I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called, and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So right. I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, but don't be capping on the net.
That's exactly why fans respect Crawford. He does not just chase big money fights. He goes after the matchups that people say he should stay away from.
I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, I love watching Boots. Boots got game. People don't understand, Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal. Proven. You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would.
So what weight could a Crawford versus Ennis fight happen at? Boots is the current WBA welterweight champion at 147 pounds. Crawford has moved on from that division. He has been fighting at 154 and just stunned everyone at 168. There is no way he will go all the way back down to welterweight. Most likely the fight would be at 154, maybe even 160. Boots has the size to move up. Crawford at 38 probably does not want to put his body through extreme weight cutting anymore. So 154 or 160 sounds reasonable.
I tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, you know, and they're gonna see, and just stay tuned. And like I said, when I handle business October 11th.
Honestly, this is where things get interesting, because at higher weights Crawford is a bit slower but still sharp and technical. Boots, on the other hand, is young, strong, and still growing into his body. That is what makes this matchup so fascinating. Here is a wild fact: Boots actually helped Canelo train for the fight against Crawford.
How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always wanna great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with.
Is correct. Boots sparred and trained with Canelo and his team to get ready for Bud. He was involved in the game plan to try and figure out Crawford.
Ready?
man?
Yeah, of course, baby. Going this way? Yeah, man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good
You
stuff.
think that matters?
That's beautiful.
Anywhere.
That's beautiful, man. You know, when you. That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Malthus Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the best.
You know, so I like it.
But the funny thing is Canelo still lost. Now think about this. Boots has seen what it is like to train for Bud. Bud has already beaten the fighter that Boots was helping.
Yeah, you know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot, he's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
Yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like, once again, like, he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
This is not just another fight, it feels personal. Boots could see this as a chance to make things right. Crawford could see it as a statement saying, you helped the man who tried to stop me, and I still won, and now I will beat you too. The boxing world is talking non-stop. Some voices like Max Kellerman believe Crawford should keep going because he has shown he can beat anyone at any weight. Others like Eddie Hearn think this is the perfect time to walk away, retire undefeated, and protect his legacy.
Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champion? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, he was obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
It seems you have repeated the same paragraph from your previous message. Would you like me to move on to the next part of the original transcript? Just share the next lines and I will rewrite them for you.
Just sail off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Frank Campbell tried harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah.
Boots is explosive, unpredictable, and very athletic. He throws punches from strange angles, has serious knockout power in both hands, and is fast enough to get inside on anyone. Crawford brings experience, smarts, and calm when under pressure. Boots brings youth, strength, and hunger. This fight would be nothing but fireworks. The big question is, can Crawford handle it at 38? Most fighters that age are either retired or not the same fighter they used to be.
Give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion. and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Crawford is not like most fighters. He is sharp disciplined and just beat Canelo, the best fighter in the sport pound for pound. Still, Father Time never loses. If Boots is going to beat Crawford, the time is now. That is why fans are split. Some believe Crawford will teach him a lesson. Others think Boots could end his career. Make no mistake, if this fight happens, it is huge. It is the old guard against the new. The undefeated legend versus the young powerhouse. The man chasing all-time greatness versus the man chasing his first big win. If Crawford wins, he locks in his place as the best of his era. No questions. If Boots wins, he takes over and becomes boxing's new face right away. Either way, the sport wins. Here is where it gets interesting. After beating Canelo, Crawford hinted at retirement, saying he needs time with his team to decide. Critics like Eddie Hearn told him to retire now, protect the perfect record, and leave as the ultimate GOAT. But Crawford agreeing to face Boots shows he is not ready to stop. He still has that fire, and maybe he wants one more historic win before walking away. Some fans want Crawford versus David Benavidez at 168, another huge fight. But Crawford's team has already said no, they want to rest for now and only take the right challenges.
Be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, bro.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's the perfect send-off.
And let us be honest, Boots feels like the perfect next challenge. He is dangerous, he is fresh, and he is already tied to the Crawford versus Canelo story. Experts are talking, and opinions are completely split. Some think Crawford will completely outclass Boots, just like he did with Errol Spence, too smart, too skilled, too experienced. Others say Boots is too explosive, too young, and eventually he will catch Crawford when age starts to show. Even fans online are divided. Half want Crawford to prove his GOAT status by taking out the next big name, while the other half believes it is time for the new generation to take over. So here we are. Terence Crawford, the man who just beat Canelo Alvarez, has now agreed to face Jaron "Boots" Ennis. It is the fight no one thought Crawford needed, and the fight everyone wants to see.
A fight with the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. What you want, Canelo? What you want, Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't,
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, like, cause I felt that at one point when Volkanovski was champion and had retired. I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound.
Yeah.
So that's, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that. You know what I mean? You size him up and you see, your advantages and his advantages. I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I feel like,
If Crawford wins, his GOAT status becomes untouchable. If he loses, it marks the start of a new era with Boots in charge. Either way, boxing fans come out as the real winners.
Terence Crawford is the fight, and that can be at 54, it can be at 60. know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all, and just proved,
Right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.